many dream of starting a business and building an empire. But for most, the pitfalls of funding remain a stumbling block. We searched for startup businesses from all over Southeast Asia, and these 24 startups have risen above hundreds of hopefuls, earning their spot on the Big Spark.
The Big Spark, let's go.
Hi, Bruno.
Yes!
All right.
Our hopeful startups are here for one reason: to pitch for a share of seed funding worth up to $1 million. Optionally, funds can be paid in USDC, a US dollar equivalent issued by Circle, which arrives in wallets within seconds. The future of their companies could be determined by these 8 venture capitalists. Visa Kanan,
I'm looking for ambitious founders who want to build enduring companies, whether that's in fintech, B2B commerce, or consumer goods.
John Sharp, Neeraj Tyagi, Sebastian Togalan, Vanessa Ho, Murali Ravi, Anuj Golecha, and UC Salovara.
I'm hoping to see driven founders innovating for a better world.
In last week's session of the Quick Pitch,
introducing Recircle program.
We provide a 3-in-1 services for our clients.
Octopus 8 and I Am Sustainable Studio fell by the wayside.
What is your core product?
Knowing the application of the technologies.
So this would cost 30% more than that pair of slippers?
Correct.
Your unit economics needs a lot of work.
A services company in a fish tank that has many big fishes.
We do not see product clarity. It's a no for me.
Okay. This week, 7 remaining startups are fighting for their spots to be shortlisted into the deliberation round. And at the end of today, only 15 startups will head on to stage 2, the in-depth pitch. Who will make the cut? It's the last day of quick pitches at the Big Spark, and we have 7 startups raring to go. A yes from any judge would mean the startup gets shortlisted for deliberation, bringing them one step closer to stage 2.
I'm Edwin Song from Singapore. The name of my startup is Datality Lab, and I'm promoting Moody.ai. I'm an extreme introvert when I was young. My mother often called me 一块木头, a piece of wood. I worked in Shanghai for over 30 years, and my job involves a very important skill called data storytelling. I have to make a lot of presentations in front of the clients. Communication is a 21st century critical skill. I want to help other introverts like me to be able to communicate effectively. That's why I invented Moody.ai. Maybe do some push-up to relax. This $1 million is so important because I want to make a difference for a very special social cause.
Datality Lab.
I'm planning to bring my son to do a demo while I'm doing the pitch. I think this is the winning team. Hi.
Hi, wow, that's great energy.
How are you?
How are you feeling today?
Feeling a bit frightened. Yeah. It's really make or break. If you don't impress within 2 minutes, you are out. Hello, I'm Edwin Song from Datality Lab.
Hi, Edwin. We have our guest judge, Mr. Ullrich Loeffler, the CEO and founder of Ecosystm.
Ecosystm is a digital research advisory and consulting firm, and so we help companies, including startups, to make the most of their market opportunity.
We have gone through your deck, and we would like to hear you pitch to us your business.
Yes, I would like to bring my son.
Absolutely.
What is his name?
My son, Dominic Song.
Hello.
Hi, Dominic.
Hello.
Morning. How are you feeling, Dominic?
I'm feeling great today.
Excited to see Daddy here as well?
Yes.
Presenting?
Of course.
You have 2 minutes, and your time starts now.
How wonderful the world will be if introverts like myself are able to communicate with one another effectively. But the reality is, communication is not just about what you said. It is about how you say it. Communication is a soft skills that requires continuous practice and feedback. So there must be a platform that's accessible and affordable for everyone to practice their communication skills. Introducing Moody.ai. Moody.ai is a SaaS communication and presentation training platform that harnesses AI technologies, AI composites, decision models, as well as applied psychologies. It also provides personalized feedbacks on how you should improve in your next practice. We are in the business of B2B, and we are in countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Brunei. We are post-revenue, and we're asking for $1 million.
We're going to have to stop you here.
Yep. And Dominic, thanks for being my assistant demo.
Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you. Thanks, Dominic.
Bye.
Bye.
Edwin, thanks for the presentation. You mentioned it's a SaaS platform. Can you talk a little bit about your customer segment? What is the composition of your customers at the moment?
Education institutions like higher educations, where they use it for oral presentations of their projects, those fresh grads for job interview practice, or even teachers. Enterprise, a lot of sales force, such as insurance companies, they use it to train their batches and batches of financial consultants.
For the technology, is it normal laptop, computer, and do you own the patents, or is it patented?
It's patented. As long as you have a smartphone with the downloaded apps or a browser with a camera and microphone, you can practice anytime, anywhere.
Does the product tell me the score?
Yes.
Okay.
It tells you both quantitatively the scores, as well as qualitatively the comments and the feedbacks. So it's almost like a human coach, harnessing on human first impressions.
You have 5 countries you're focused on. Are you focusing equally on all 5 countries, or?
We started with Singapore and Hong Kong, and those cities give us a lot of credentials. And half a year ago, we started to go into Vietnam and Brunei. We need more investments precisely to expand into Southeast Asia.
The one point of feedback I would give you is to lead with the mobile-first approach, because that would address a huge market opportunity in Southeast Asia.
I think it's very useful. I think what you've built seems to make a lot of sense. It's going to be a very scalable business. One of the things you might have to focus on is really to go very deep, very fast into marketing.
What I really liked was that you came on board, you presented, you showed us a demo, we were seeing it happening live with your son, so that was great. I do think, however, you're trying to enter into too many markets at the same time. I would advise you to just focus on one market and go deep, go fast, go big.
I see.
It's a yes from all 3 of us. We're going to take you to the deliberation route.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks, Edwin.
Woo! I'm shortlisted for round 2.
Yes, good job.
Thank you. I'm very glad that I'm able to get recognitions from the judges that this is something that's scalable. I see the urgencies in getting into the market fast. That's why we need more resources financially to be able to invest in those market expansions.
To be an entrepreneur is really someone who can dream big. They know they have a problem they want to solve, and they know that if they didn't pursue it, they'll kick themselves in their sleep.
It will be someone who truly is a visionary, who can create things that maybe the market has yet to even imagine.
You're a true entrepreneur, you really need that gumption and the innovation in you to bring the product to the next level.
What we look for in founders or entrepreneurs are like-minded people like us who believe that their solutions can serve the world better.
We look for entrepreneurs that are driving positive change, entrepreneurs that are leveraging technology to address societal and environmental challenges.
A true entrepreneur thinks about their business day and night. They talk about it with everyone around them. It's something that they live and breathe.
A risk taker is someone who is resilient, determined, and passionate about solving a problem.
And they're willing to make personal sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears to solve that problem, to improve the lives of others.
How's it going? What's your name?
Gregory.
Gregory?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm Vincent.
Vincent. Where are you guys from?
Well, I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm based in Singapore now, but originally from the US.
I'm Vincent Xu.
I'm Gregory Lee.
And we're co-founders of AetherIoT. We're focused on indoor real-time tracking using IoT. My dad's a doctor. I remember one of my earliest memories is just looking at nurses running around everywhere, looking for equipment, and they do this on a daily basis. Fast forward to what I'm doing now, and I think there's a very clear connection.
Yeah.
Greg, how do you feel about our pitch later?
I think we got it all set. We got lots of cool things to show, boy.
I started my first business when I was 24, and that was in internet publishing. I have just exited my second startup, which was very successful, and this is my third startup. I think that the next wave is going to be in indoor real-time tracking solutions.
We want to be the biggest platform for indoor real-time tracking.
I've been the geek, the technical brains behind the product. I will be handling all the tough questions.
We got this. So Greg and I, we're building AetherIoT, which is a subsector of the IoT space. So essentially using smart sensors to detect the real-time location and condition of assets for large enterprises. Now, the market for this is growing exponentially, from $6 billion in annual spend today to over $30 billion by 2030. So by just capturing 0.3% of the market, or 3 out of every $1,000 spent, we'll become a billion-dollar company. The problem here is that there are thousands of different devices in the space, IoT sensors, and they all have their different communication methods and data protocol. So our solution is an integration tool called Ether Management Platform. We essentially take the disjointed data from the IoT sensors and normalize it into a standardized format that any system can use. In a way, it's similar to what Stripe has done to integrate and standardize the payment space. To date, we have 12x'd our revenue between year 1 and 2. So from USD 13,000 in 2022 to over 155,000 this year, breaking even. Our team consists of Gregory, who previously co-founded a successful IoT company based in Singapore that was sold for over 9 digits and backed by the Singapore government. I previously led Google's IoT ecosystems, including taking some programs from 0 to over 30 million users. We're seeking SGD $497,000 in exchange for 10% of the company so we can aggressively scale product and exceed $1 million in annual revenue in 2024. Thank you.
You're already turning profitable in year 2. Why look for external funding and dilute the business yet when you're sitting on a lot of payout from your last venture and you're already turning profitable?
We're mainly looking for strategic partners. With the funding, we'll be able to aggressively scale even faster.
We're trying to build this partner ecosystem. How do we now scale out quickly in order to create these partner ecosystems of integrating different software, business application,
What is your underlying technology that you're using? Is it Beacon, Nash, what?
We use various types of technologies. There could be beacons, there could be ultra-wideband, there could be LoRa. What we're doing is that we're integrating all these different technologies so that it becomes easy for people to use the right technology in the right environment.
And currently, who are your customers?
So our direct customers are system integrators.
We work with different partners. We are able to go global from day one. And this is a very scalable model because every partner we onboard becomes a sales channel for us.
Yeah, look, I like the pitch. I think IoT is definitely a growing space, so I would definitely sign up for that. One of the challenges with IoT has been that there was more hype than actual action. So use cases are very critical. So in your pitch, to point out very specifically how your solution can add value in certain industries.
No feedback from me. I just want to see you guys. So it's a yes from me.
I love what you have. We definitely do need a platform like yours to unify everything so that other companies can find it much easier to connect to just one platform. So it's a yes from 3 of us. We're looking forward to working with you.
Thank you.
This definitely just made my day.
All right, see you later.
3 yeses, I think better than we expected.
The judges are knowledgeable about the IoT space and were asking questions in the right direction. All right. Wai Mun said the IoT is an extremely big space and there definitely needs to be a platform to help integrate this together. That's exactly what we're trying to do, and he understood that.
I'm Kingston, coming from Jakarta, Indonesia, and my company is Wzard. I was raised in a small town in Sumatra. Education changed my entire life. So I understand the powers of knowledge and information, and I choose education technology. When it comes to upskilling for middle-career professionals, not everyone have that privilege to sacrifice their full-time job and pursue an MBA. We are trying to fill in that gap and try to provide an alternative learning solution.
How do you feel being here on the Big Spark?
Super nervous, actually. I've been practicing for the whole night. Big Spark is a good chance for me because we are small brands competing with all the top MBA. Definitely, I expect a lot of tough opponents, especially there's only 15 in the next round, so I need to work hard to get there. Going to university might not be a privilege that everybody can have. In fact, do you know that Indonesia have 55 million white-collar workers, but only 6% of us actually have a bachelor degree, meaning that university is not accessible at all. Hence, we created Wzard. So Wzard basically is an affordable learning membership programs for professionals. And all this come in one single powerful membership programs that cost you $300 per year, meaning that it's 0.3% from the actual MBA programs. But that numbers alone actually translate to almost 16.5 billion in terms of market potential. And we're currently asking for 500,000, basically to increase our membership and make it even more awesome. So judges, are you ready to join me in this experience and journey to make learning experience even more accessible for a lot of people?
Thanks, Kingston.
Thanks.
You talk about MBA, but you also opened that only 0.3% or less than 1% of the 55 million have actually some kind of degree. Why aim for the MBA and not for an undergraduate or postgraduate course?
MBA might be the top of mind for a lot of people, and what they need is not to start over, but actually to upskill themselves and take another courses that is relevant for them.
A lot of mid-career professionals, when they want to do an MBA, they're actually looking for a break. They're looking to network. So how do you intend to then facilitate that networking part of the whole program?
Brandings and everything will take time, but we're currently trying to do regular events on an offline basis in Jakarta as well, trying to get more mentors join into our community to make it even more worth it.
Kingston, how many students do you have enrolled?
Currently, we have over 100.
And how many mentors?
200 plus.
But across Indonesia or Jakarta specifically?
80% of the mentors are coming from Jakarta.
Okay.
Kingston, I think it's a very difficult market to scale. You're talking about a big 55 million target market, but then you're narrowing it down to less than 1%. Very competitive market as well, so I think scale would be an issue for you.
I would not use it because the primary reason for me to go for an MBA is really to network, to meet more people, and this seems to be still a challenge from a product standpoint.
I think that is also clear why there's just only 100 customers so far. I do think you have a long way to go. So it's a no from all of us. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck, Kingston.
Yeah, pretty disappointed.
You feeling okay?
Okay, awesome. Anyway, we need to move on and, progress.
Yes.
The judges' main concern were basically the market size, but I wouldn't do anything differently. I still have some beliefs that the market is actually big enough for everyone.
Back on the Big Spark, startups are waiting for their turn to meet the judges. Their aim would be to make the shortlist for the deliberation round, and only 15 startups will be chosen for stage 2.
I'm excited. I've never been in a room filled with so many entrepreneurs.
So I'm a banker by background.
Oh, okay,
what is your background?
I'm in education technologies.
And Cheung?
I'm in the hospitality business. I build hotels.
And were you a hotelier before?
No, I have been in IT for over 30 years.
I think we're from the same generation.
Oh my God, you're old. I'm Cheung. I'm based here in Singapore, and I'm from Tiny Pot. We take old shipping containers and decommission MRT trains, and we repurpose it into co-living hotels. Okay, Susanna, over the next few days is full, right?
Yes,
the
correct.
room. So I need your help to do the turnover. Is it okay?
Sure.
No leave, huh?
No.
I had multiple businesses. Some have been successful, and many have failed. I got fired from my first 3 jobs because I didn't hit my targets. In my 4th job, I started to hit my numbers. I became a millionaire before I was 30. But my partners fired me from the company that I started. And I almost became a bankrupt. But I didn't give up. I started another company. I guess that's the entrepreneur in me. There's 15 of us going to the next round. I'm going to be one of them. So a few years ago, I watched a program on tiny house living. I was so inspired that I built my own tiny house. To cut a long story short, basically, I was wondering whether I could make this to a business model. And thanks to the support from the Ministry of Trade and Industries and Singapore Tourism Board, I managed to roll out these hotels in Haw Par Villa, One North as well as Gardens by the Bay. I think I did okay because I won several awards last 2 years, and some of these awards are sustainable awards, which gives testament to the fact that we have a sustainable business model. But that's not the big spark. This is my big spark. And that's to create the world's largest sustainable co-living tiny pods. How do I intend to do that? This is my design. LTA has agreed to donate these trains to me. It is a co-living concept, so a lot of living is outdoors because the rooms are really tiny. My business is disruptive because what I'm doing, the traditional hotels are not able to go in because my hotels are temporary structures and we can move it every few years. It is also scalable. So I intend to do it in Singapore as a brand. But how I intend to scale it up is to actually go up to landowners around the world and sell the franchise business model to them. I've already raised $500,000 in pre-seed funding, but today I hope to raise at least $500,000 based on a $10 million valuation. Thank you.
Thank you, Liang Cheung.
Your business model, you're essentially doing the design, production, but you're also running the hotels or the accommodation afterwards, correct?
Absolutely. I'm self-taught. I designed from scratch. Then I started visiting other hotels around the world that did the same tiny type living, got my own ideas, designed it and launched it in Singapore.
And what's your net promoter score for the hotels?
When we go into our Google Map reviews, we are doing about between 4.5 to 4.8 in terms of ranking for my hotels.
What is that scalability part of your business?
I'm looking for governments who have excess land, individuals that have land and they want to monetize their land. So I say, look, why don't you basically franchise my model? I build it for you, but we're going to sell your hotel under my brand. They book it through my platform, but guess what? You make the majority of the profit.
But therein lies a small issue, isn't it? Because land cost is obviously a lot higher than the building cost itself. What are we trying to tackle here from a business perspective when you export this model out? Why would people say yes to you?
We were losing money in the first 2 years when we first started this hotel. Last year, we started to become profitable in just the first 3 years. And this year, we're going to be hitting $1 million worth of sales. And this is just based on 8 tiny pod hotels. And I found out that co-living hotels' gross profit margins is anywhere between 15 to 20%. I'm averaging 60% gross profit for my business. So that's the main difference between my business model and the existing business models out there.
I do think you will struggle with scalability, but I love your idea. I believe in you. And I think you've got a lot of value to offer from the design across the value chain to the hotel business. So I want to see you through.
I like what you're doing. I love the fact that you're using, recyclable homes in that sense. However, I don't think this can scale. So for me, it's a no.
For me, it's what is going to happen beyond Singapore. How many more government relationships can you build? For me, I'm kind of sitting on the fence. But because it's a yes from one of us, you will be shortlisted for deliberation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liang Cheung.
Thank you, guys.
Looking forward.
I didn't get 3 yeses, but to be given a chance to be considered, that's good enough for me. I was prepared for any outcome, but I'm happy.
Great.
Yes.
Who cares? Just bring yourself to the
There you
next
go.
stage. All the
Yes.
best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wai Mun wasn't wrong when he said it is difficult for me to get government permission to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I want to set it up in Singapore. Singapore has one of the strictest laws with regards to land use. If I can make my model work in Singapore, trust me, I'll be able to make my model work anywhere in the world.
Hello, judges.
Hi. Hello.
I'm Lynn. I'm from Malaysia, but I live in Thailand. I started my fintech, Mula-X, which is really a digital financial services platform where we hope to form an ecosystem for the underserved communities in Thailand. These groups are always subjected to loan sharks, and I really want to help them with some of these issues. I've been a commercial banker all my life, and I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I hope to be inspiring people over 50 to start something new. My dream is to make the impact to the lives that we're hoping to impact. Being here at the Big Spark, I think more than money, it's also a validation for your business. If I can get someone to take an interest, I think it validates the business that I do is a good one. I'm looking for $1 million today for 10% of my company. Mula-X has built a financial services digital platform focused on enabling the underserved to gain fair access to finance. 65% of the working population, which is mainly blue collar, gray collar, and pink collar, are really earning at the bottom of the pyramid. As a result, 70% find it very difficult and they struggle to get financial products from the formal financial system. What Mula-X has done is that we've built a sophisticated digital platform that basically links our product partners with our users. Right now, we have product partners in savings, insurance, and remittances. We are now about to put on digital loans as well. We collaborate with employers and we collaborate with payroll service providers to obtain users. Mula actually has two core anchor products. Salary on demand has a very high appeal to this particular segment, while salary to wallet will be the foundation for our product partners going forward. We also have a very powerful learning portal, which our users will use to gain knowledge as they move towards financial freedom. Since we launched, we have 20,000 employees in our ecosystem, but we need 100,000 in order to break even. Our variable CAC has a 4-month payback period, so the key really to profitability is not only more users, but also better product penetration. Thank you.
Do you charge them an interest, a cost of funds?
No, we don't, because it's not a loan product. What it is salary on demand. The concept is also popularly known as earned wage access. It's whatever they've already earned, it's in their pockets.
How do you then enable financial freedom?
You do need a very strong learning program because these people need to understand that you need to save at the end of the day. But if you're in a debt spiral where you've got loan sharks after you, you need to kind of solve that problem first. So we hope to work with a digital loan lender, but at the same time, we're also launching saving products so that they understand the ability to save.
What is the sales cycle between you knowing HR to connecting with them?
Because we're B2B2C, I would say it's generally between 3 to 6 months.
It's a very long sales cycle. Then the question is, are there some products that you have that could be offered directly to consumers? Think about.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's a great business. I think you have a purpose, you're impacting people's life, and it's scalable. You've got a very, very strong founding team, including yourself, being in the corporate banking sector in executive level positions. Lead with that. That creates a lot of confidence.
I like it. I think you have clearly thought through your product offering. It's a very robust offering.
I like the fact that you've gone after a target market that really needs this. I think you've got a good business. It's a yes from all three of us.
Thank you.
You'll be shortlisted for deliberation.
Thank you very much. I did it. I'm so happy. I was so nervous. At least for this part of the journey, my business model and business case has been validated by the judges.
Enjoy the moment.
Thank you. Thank you. The judges said, you have a very strong founding team. You should play that up more. So if I get to the next round, I should and must do that.
Let's get some car disinfectant. That's like our best seller.
I'm Didi.
And I'm Jaslyn.
And we are from
N&E Innovations, Singapore. The two of us have been good friends since primary school. Growing up, she went into business and I went into science. But we still somehow ended up in Melbourne together in university.
We started N&E Innovations during COVID. My kids and Jess has severe eczema. So we decided to innovate something natural, alcohol-free, that's good for the skin.
I think we are really the world's first to upcycle food waste into a natural antimicrobial, which is edible.
But it can kill bacteria and viruses. The BizBug is a great way for our startups to showcase our technologies. Wow. With the funding, we definitely can help us grow our business to the next level. We want N&E Innovations to go global.
We want to be in everybody's homes.
Today, we'd like to present to you our green sustainable technology, VKang, the viral resistance designed for you and your loved ones.
So in recent years, the rise of infectious diseases such as COVID have led to the overuse of antibiotics and the overuse of toxic cleaning chemicals, which are harmful for both us and the ecosystem. Our solution is VKang. It is a natural, long-lasting antimicrobial, and it is a non-toxic alternative to the chemical disinfectants. We are the world's first natural antimicrobial to be upcycled from food waste. VKang is food grade. You can spray it on fruits and vegetables to extend its shelf life. We have filed 4 patents globally, receiving our Singapore patent this year.
As compared to our global competitors, we are price competitive with many more benefits. We have also developed downstream products such as medical-grade masks, a range of self-sanitizing disinfectants, as well as specialty coatings that has not only gotten Airbus but Boeing's approval and has been spray-coated on an entire fleet of aircrafts. We have already achieved more than 1 million sales turnover and have more than 500,000 paying customers, and the entire global serviceable market of VKang is worth 9.7 billion. We envision a world powered by our technology for a cleaner, healthier, non-toxic world as our future generation matters. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Jaslyn.
I'm trying to understand, what are you looking to raise the funding for?
We want to have our R&D centers globally closer with our clienteles. So we know if our technology, it's all about embedding it into the end products. And if we can't work closely with our partners, then we won't be able to go global.
You clearly need certain type of waste to recycle.
Yes, we do industrial food waste.
And you source them from?
From Southeast Asia at the moment. Not only in Singapore, but also in Vietnam. So we work with cashew nuts processing plants. We take their byproducts and turn them into our sustainable natural antimicrobial.
What is your gross margins?
If it's for our powders, it could go all the way to 80%.
And for your direct-to-consumer sprays?
Direct-to-consumer sprays is a bit lower. It's about 55%.
Okay.
Do you guys want to try some?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's edible, you know. So you can spray it on your hands. We do a lot of online selling for the mommy baby market.
And then you just like rub it around and it lasts for 24 hours.
It smells like vinegar.
But it's alcohol-free.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. How much do you sell this for?
We market them at $12.90, but it's always one for one for our B2C products.
And at the moment, all the production is done in Singapore?
Everything is done in-house in Singapore.
I see more opportunity in the OEM space, especially as corporates move into sustainability strategies, carbon trading. I think there would be a lot of interest in environmentally friendly disinfectant. On the consumer side, I think it's hard to build a new brand. It's costly, it requires a lot of capital, so I would focus on OEM for now.
I agree with Ule. I don't think that there's a space in the D2C market for you with regards to your hand sanitizer, your disinfectant. I've got a competing product to you, and I gotta say my product feels better, smells better, and it's priced more affordably than yours. So I can't see your space in the D2C.
She's saying it without conflict of interest.
Yeah.
My opinion would be more from a product standpoint. I think that this is not new. The barrier to entry is pretty low. I would not use it from a consumer standpoint because I don't like the smell. It still smells of vinegar right now, and it's a bit sticky as well. For me, it's a no.
I would give it a yes for the OEM space.
I would give it a yes for the OEM space as well.
Yay! Thank you.
Well done, ladies.
Thank you.
We got shortlisted.
And we're so happy about that.
The 2-minute pitch was just a little bit too short, and we thought we could show Wai Mun a little bit more of what we actually are about.
Yeah. Got in.
Maybe to them we are just another hand sanitizer, which we are not.
If we get into the top 15, we'll be able to showcase our technology better to the judges, for them to be more confident of our technology as well.
I wouldn't even call startup failure as real failure.
Basically, failure is part of a life of a startup founder. So they need to cope with it almost on a daily basis.
The most important thing that I tell founders would be, what did you learn from that failure?
Founders should see failure as a learning opportunity.
Use that learning, implement or improvise your business plan and move forward.
No one will not invest in you because you had a failure. What they want to hear is why you failed, what you learned from it, and what you intend to do the next time around.
Founders should adapt it with humility. They should be open for insights and advice to turn such setbacks into stepping stones for future success.
We face rejections every day too.
right? And these are from not only investors who back us, because guess what? We take money from investors to invest in startups. Occasionally, we'll also get rejections from founders that we do want to back, and that's fine. Our job is to dust ourselves off and say, what can I do better? Live to fight another day and move on.
We are down to the final startup.
Who's your best friend? Me? Give daddy a kiss. Give daddy a big kiss. Mwah. A good boy.
Founder Jeffrey Pan is hoping to take Belli into the seed round with a funding goal of $2 million.
Bye, Bruno. See you later. Belli is a B2B air cargo software. We specifically solve the problem of airlines not fully utilizing the bottom of the plane, the belly of the airplane. I grew up on the East Coast in the US. I had very strict parents that I was a bit rebellious as a teenager, and I think that started putting me on the path towards entrepreneurship. I've built and sold 3 startups. I owned hotels for 12 years. I led product and engineering teams for companies like AirAsia, Booking, SpaceX, McKinsey, and eventually found my way to Singapore, where I met my wife.
How are you feeling?
I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. Got my pre-game jitters.
Oh, don't be nervous. You're gonna kill it.
As you get older, your opportunity cost increases with each new startup. I have to make important financial decisions with my wife, planning for a family. I've been working on Belli for about 2 years, so hopefully we'll get some positive feedback from the judges. Attention passengers, we are Belli, and we do air cargo software. I'm Jeff. My background is in building and selling 3 startups and designing the logistics platform for SpaceX's launch facility. My big spark came while I was studying air cargo at McKinsey, and I learned that the bottom of the plane on your average passenger flight is 85% empty. So here's why. So this is your typical airport warehouse, and most workflows are unfortunately managed with paper and spreadsheets. And remember, you only have a 25-minute window to load cargo while the aircraft is parked at the gate. And unfortunately, the tech for the bottom of the plane is 25 years behind the tech for the top of the plane. So the right tech can actually unlock a lot of revenue streams for the airline. So your average operating margin on your regular passenger flight is about 15%. But once you start loading the bottom with air cargo, you're basically doubling the operating margin. And here's the most exciting thing about the $146 billion air cargo market. Right now, it's all offline. And in 25 years, that's going to be all entirely online. So Belli has built a successful pilot of air cargo software. It currently manages the end-to-end operations for one airline, and we are ready to now sell that to other airlines, starting with Southeast Asia. Roshni, Uli, Wai Mun, please put your, oh.
And your time's up. Thanks for ending with our name.
No worries. I was going to say we're ready for takeoff.
Yeah, look, thanks, Jeffrey. Can you unpack the business model a little bit for me? You're at the moment in negotiation with SpiceJet to use their cargo software, which was built by your business partner, to then sell to other airlines, to then build a marketplace for cargo shipments, correct?
Correct.
What is your plan B if that negotiation fails?
Obviously, I've spent a lot of time ironing out the major points. In 2 weeks, I'm actually meeting with the CEO of SpiceJet to iron out the IP. There's a clean release of the IP. They will be on the cap table. The most difficult part of this is that with aviation, we're dealing with a 24-month sales cycle. And our assumption, our hypothesis is that we can probably drill that down to about 12 months once we get the 3rd, 4th, 5th airline on board.
The sales cycle is long. Why would they then want to prioritize what you have for them?
So I was very lucky to spend the past year working for an airline. And what I saw firsthand was them going from single-digit millions to $200 million in revenue in a few years in air cargo revenue. There is a lot of money for airlines to be made on the bottom of the plane. So I think once airlines see that, it's a game changer.
I like the business idea, and I do think that there's a great opportunity going forward. But at the moment, there's just too many ifs. I don't think it's investable.
I think you are dependent on just a few airlines, super long sales cycle, great idea, but there's no real business for now. So for me, it's a no.
Okay.
For me, you were the only contestant who referred to notes.
Okay.
That was a hard no for me. I'm sorry, but your journey with us has ended today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Good luck.
Every startup journey, you face a lot of rejection from your first potential clients, so it's okay. It's part of it. The startup dream continues, though.
Of course, of course. And I have this feeling that you're not going to give up anytime soon.
No, I mean, we're already underway, so. Yeah. Okay. The Big Spark didn't work out, but I still have enough fuel to keep this fire burning. I'll definitely take the advice and think about it.
Our 24 startups have all had their time before the judges. 6 have already been sent home, leaving these 18 hopefuls waiting to find out if they will make it to stage 2, the in-depth pitch. Our resident judges are now buckling down with the difficult task of deciding which 15 will make it through.
Which for you are at the bottom?
It definitely has to be cable for me.
All they need to do is post their profile, swipe, match, and chat. It's as easy as that.
They're introducing bias into the HR process.
Introducing Equo, plastic-free and compostable products starting with straws and utensils.
With the Now, our users actually felt better and happier after chatting with our AI.
We are the world's first natural antimicrobial to be upcycled from food waste.
On the consumer side, I think it's hard to build a new brand. It's costly, it requires a lot of capital, so I would focus on OEM for now.
I feel that there are just too many of these companies, overcrowded, but hey, maybe they could be one of the better ones.
Moody.ai is a SaaS communication and presentation training platform.
What Mula-X has done is focus on enabling the underserved to gain fair access to finance.
We're building AetherIoT. We essentially take the disjointed data from the IoT sensors and normalize it into a standardized format.
Product standpoint, questionable.
I would definitely say they're solving a real problem. It's a big market.
We have developed breakthrough medicated oral films to eliminate the pains of medicine taking.
We are the first platform in Indonesia that provide a holistic financial tool for construction value chain.
The beauty about our technology is that it's so versatile that it can be used in so many dynamic industries.
Whatever they're doing, it could be game-changing. I see potential in it, but I'm not sure if they could be the winner.
We are here today to raise $350,000.
That's giving you 10 months. So I think you should reevaluate that.
We are making virtual world a practical tool for businesses to use.
The world's largest sustainable co-living tiny pods.
We are the sole business in Indonesia that enables fractional property investing.
How do you consistently deliver 13%? From a VC investability standpoint, I'm very skeptical. It's not scalable.
Now you can search for video content by simply using text prompt.
The possibility of you getting new clients is going to be very challenging.
They're biting far more than they can chew.
I have to agree with you.
We're introducing the green supplier concept.
Our vision is to empower industries as well as investors with the most accurate environmental data.
Big C is an AI-powered app that connects women with knowledge, network, and tools to invest.
I think if you'd shown us the product, the actual app, we would have got a much better sense of what it can do.
They definitely have leg in this industry, but they need to be clearer in terms of the type of value add that they bring to their customers.
I want to be in the top 15 because it will give us an opportunity to grow our company.
We definitely need more capital to survive and help more people.
We're kind of ran out of time and money, so this is what we need.
Startups. Some of you will not move on to stage 2, the in-depth pitch. Weave Insight. N&E Innovations. OneNorth.ai. I'm sorry to tell you that your journey on the Big Spark has ended. We thank you for sharing your business ideas, and we wish you the very best.
We're definitely not going to stop. We're going to continue to make a positive impact in the sustainability sphere.
I have met many very talented people with very passionate solutions, so it is really eye-opening.
I feel very fortunate to be here and very grateful to be exposed to the feedback from the judges. I feel like this is a great motivation for me, and I think will be invaluable for us going forward.
Congratulations! We started with 24 of you, and now there are 15 left. This means that you will move on to stage 2, the in-depth pitch. Get enough rest because you need to be at the top of your game for the journey ahead. Good luck. On the next episode of The Big Spark. Good morning, startups. Good morning. It's Masterclass Day. Our 15 remaining startups are being mentored by various experts to improve their presentations for stage 2, the in-depth pitch.
They're nice and tall.
And hopefully beyond.